Hello everybody. Hello. Good afternoon. It's Jennifer Cotton. I think I am live in Create and Connect. Thank you for watching. It's Thursday, April 30th, 1 p.m. Central Time. So my name's Jennifer, and I'm one of the administrators in Create and Connect, and I want to welcome you guys to our group. And thank you if you're watching this video live or on the recording. Thank you very much. Feel free to say hi on the video. Hey April. You can just type in a comment, hey Dana, and that will not only tell us you watched and all that, and you can ask questions and all that stuff. Hey Mary Beth, hey Mary Ann. Okay, y'all are gonna confuse me. But we are gonna give some prizes away. So you will get entered to win our weekly prize by commenting on the videos that we post, which are gonna be at least 2 a week. So make sure you comment. Hey Evelyn, hey Tracy. Good to see everybody. Let's see. So today I'm going to be making a card for you guys. And if you've never made a card before, you're gonna see what it's all about. And if you have, then hopefully you'll think this card is cute. I did get this card idea straight off Pinterest. So that's one thing about card making and crafting in general, is you don't have to be creative. You can, hey Debbie, you can just get on Pinterest and type in Stampin' Up! Blank, and you will get tons. And it said I was trying to reconnect. Anyway, you'll get tons of ideas. Hey Ginger. So you don't have to be creative. And then Stampin' Up! Does all the hard work for us with the coordinating products and all that stuff, which you'll see a little bit of today in the card I'm going to show you. You'll see several coordinating things about it, and then I'm sure more as we go on with our videos. So as a reminder, say hi when you come on, or as you're watching the video, so that you can be entered to win a prize from us. We're doing weekly prizes right now. So for each video that you comment on, you will get entered. So you could be entered twice, in other words. We don't really share the videos from this group since it's a private group, so that won't really work. But commenting and saying hi, and again, ask us questions if you have them. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera down, I should say, so that you can see my stamping area. And if you like anything you see today and you want to get the supplies, all you have to do is contact your demonstrator who invited you to this group. Oh, I haven't fully cleaned up from another thing I did earlier today. Sorry. Anyway, these are the supplies I'm going to be using today. And let me see why I have so much space on one side. We'll just leave it that way. Oh my goodness, I forgot I'm not supposed to have these here. Start over. If you need any supplies from the video, contact your demonstrator who shared this group with you, and she can definitely help you out. She or he. Okay, so on the project today, I'm going to be using a stamp set. This is what we call a photopolymer stamp set. So the images are clear and see-through, and when you get them, they come in a box like this with the label and everything. Apparently I have saved some stamped images there for later. And then all of your stamps are here, which you'll totally see how to use those in a minute. I'm going to be using the Butterfly Duet Punch, which coordinates with this. So if you get both, this will punch out the images you stamp. And then 3 of our ink pads: Blushing Bride, Pool Party, and Memento Black. Currently, Memento Black is not orderable, but it's coming back approximately April 27th. So just a little FYI on that. And then I have paper I'm going to use, of course, and a couple other little things that I will show you as I get to them. The first thing I want to do, though, I'm making a greeting card. So I am going to get my paper trimmer out. This is Stampin' Up's paper trimmer. It's awesome. It has an arm that extends to over 17 inches for measuring. I don't believe I need that today. It has a scoring blade and a cutting blade. You don't have to remove either one. If you're gonna score, you can. If you're gonna cut, scoot that over there and cut. It's just awesome. Awesome cutter. So that's in general how people cut up their paper when they're making cards. Hey everybody. Hi Yolanda. Hey Carrie. Barbara. Jackie. Don't be shy. Y'all can say hi so you can get entered to win a prize. There's no obligation if you win or if you comment. Okay, so to use the paper trimmer, obviously you lift up the arm and insert your paper in. Most people in the world use their paper trimmer this direction. I just realized I forgot to plug my phone in. It will die if I don't. In front of them. So I'm obviously here and the trimmer would go this direction. But I am not most people. I was self-taught, and so I turned mine sideways. So just ignore that. But this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of Stampin' Up's Whisper White cardstock. So making cards is super easy. You take 8.5 by 11 cardstock and cut it in half. So this is 11 inches, so that's 5.5. And you will get 2 cards out of 1 piece of paper. So I'm just going to cut that in half. 2 cards out of 1 piece of paper. This size card will fit into the invitation size envelope, which is a standard size envelope. This is the Stampin' Up envelope. So really nice quality. And we have white and vanilla, but it's a standard size. So easy measuring and cutting. And then again, it's economical because you can half this direction at 4 1/4 and get 2 cards that direction. And once they're folded in half, it's the same size. So pretty cool. So I'm going to use one of these as my card base. I'm going to set the other aside, and then, well, actually, I'm going to use the other in a second. Anyway, and then I have another piece of cardstock. This is called Pool Party. By the way, this is called Pool Party. So with Stampin' Up, everything matches and coordinates. So you're not going to have trouble. Hey, Liz. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Carol. I forgot if I said hi, Carol. You're not going to have trouble finding things that match. Ribbon, embellishments, paper, ink, markers, alcohol, pens, and so on, because Stampin' Up has done all that work for you. So you can purchase, of course, a pack of Whisper White by itself, but the colored paper you can get either in a single pack of one color or an assortment of a family. I do want to show you before I cut that. The card base, you just fold it in half, of course. So you can score that on the trimmer, like put that little line in there. I usually don't. I just use a bone folder, which is another kind of basic stamping tool. So I align the 2 corners of the card on my table, have a motorcycle going by, and I rest it against my thumbnail, and then I pinch it on the other side only with 1 finger, very little. But I do all of that creasing and pressing with my bone folder, and that will give you a more smooth fold on the inside than if you just use your finger. So I use the bone folder, fold my cards in half. Some people score, you know, whatever. Some people just use their finger, but it will be wrinkly on the inside if you do that. Anyway, I wanted to show you that because then this piece of Pool Party that I'm going to cut, I want to make it 1/4 inch less than these 2 sides, which will give it a 1/8 inch border all the way around. So your card front is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And so 1/4 inch less on each of those is 5 1/4. So I'll cut that first, 5 1/4. And this, of course, is just one version of how to make a card, by 4 inches. Okay, so that is going to have a perfect mat, and it will be a 1/8 inch border all the way around. Approximately, you know how it is. And then these are just scraps I'll save for later. Then from this Whisper White, my other half that I cut earlier, right now what I'm going to use that for is to layer onto this piece. So I'm going to go down another 1/4 inch both directions. So that will be 3 3/4 by 5 inches. You might see my hair when I do this. Thank you, Kathleen. I love Pool Party. And then Blushing Bride. You're going to see, I think this card's really cute. But again, I copied it, so I'm not giving myself credit there. So that's how I cut those. Depending on what you're making, of course, you may do different types of cuts on your projects. And then I have a scrap of white. Once you start card making, you'll have scraps all the time, everywhere. So, hey Jill, I'm glad you think it's fun. Anyway, but I grabbed a scrap that basically is as wide as these butterflies here, which you'll see once I do that. Okay, so now I'm reading my notes here. I have put a few of the stamps I'm using, but I'm actually going to use a lot more from this set onto a clear block. So the clear blocks are sold separately. They're lettered A through I think. I think we have 9 by size. So this is B, for example. And I just lay my stamps on the table and then pick them up with the stamp. What I'm going to show you is this. I'm going to tell you this is B, A, so A, B, C, and H. A, B, C, H. If you are new to stamping and you bought this stamp set, for example, those are the main sizes you would need for all of the images. However, you don't have to buy all of them right away. You could buy H and C. This is H and this is C only. And then you could use these size stamps on this block. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, once you purchase these blocks, you only need 1 of each size because, again, you remove the stamp, you put a new stamp on there, which is what you'll be seeing me doing today repeatedly. So that's going to make sense in just a minute. But hopefully it makes sense that you could only start out with these 2 for this set, and every set has whatever sizes it might need. Now, Stampin' Up's going to suggest every size, but your demonstrator can be like, you can live without this size for now. So, and then once you build your collection up, you eventually have all 9 and you're good to go. Okay, one other quick side note is this table I'm stamping on for this video is very firm. It's like Formica, I think is what it's called. It's fake wood. It's extremely smooth and firm, kind of like a kitchen counter. So with photopolymer stamps, those ones that are completely see-through, because we also do have red rubber stamps, which I'm sure you'll see in a future video. Hey, Susie. I was going to say hi, Sandy, but she's saying hi to Jill. Anyway, with photopolymer stamps, if you don't have a firm table, if you have like a plastic, a card table, maybe it's a dining table, but it's wood that has grooves in it. If it's not smooth and firm, these stamps don't stamp as good. So in that case, you can use a foam mat, and this is one that we carry. It's called the Stamparatus Deluxe foam mat, and I would use this side. And so instead of my table, which I always have scratch paper down so I don't get my stuff dirty, I would put this down on top of my plastic table or whatever it is, a piece of scratch paper, and then what I'm going to stamp on. So let me see. I don't have the one. So I will just stamp what I'm going to do on here. And long story short, it'll make your images stamp better with photopolymer. Also, if you don't have this and you don't have a good table, just put something under it. A book, a catalog is a great thing to put under it. It's for real. Just put your scratch paper on top of your catalog and stamp on that, you know, whatever. But if you, especially if you guys are finding you're not getting clear images with those clear stamps, that could be why. Okay, so I'm going to, actually I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to, I can't decide. I think I'll show you real quick what I'm going to make. This card here. So pretty. So I have already mounted this really, I think it's like the fanciest butterfly to me on here. Very fancy, in my opinion. Anyway, I've mounted it on the clear block. So I'm going to start with stamping that one. And I'm going to use Pool Party and Blushing Bride. And with Stampin' Up's ink pads, the way they open It's like a makeup compact or a cell phone from the 90s. So you just grab it on one end where there's a little handle thing and you pull it open. And then you can push it, like slide it open so that it sits there ready for you to just stamp however long you want to stamp. And then when you close it, you grab that same end that you opened it from, pull it all the way out and snap it shut. And that will put the ink in the lid, which means it's upside down. So when I store these, which they do stack and interlock, when I store them, the ink pad is upside down, so all the ink sinks to the top of the pad. Okay, so I'm gonna place Pool Party and Blushing Bride. Of course, I try to open it from the wrong side. In front of me, and grab that stamp. And I want to start with Pool Party. Actually, let me just put this here. So what I did, I literally just had this pulled up on my phone on Pinterest, and I looked at it and stamped it. Not that you can't make changes when you copy. So one thing about inking on Stampin' Up's ink pads is you do not want to press hard. You want to tap, tap, tap so that only the image touches the stamp pad, and move it around to different spots. So as you can see, the purpose of my scratch paper is I'm going to hang this off the edges of the paper, the Whisper White, and just hold it down for a few seconds. They're firm, but no rocking like this. That's old-fashioned stamping. We're just going to put it down there and hold it for a few seconds. And then I need to clean my stamp off so that I can switch to another color. So I have this thing called the Simply Chamois. You get it wet in the sink. You clean your stamps on it. You can get down in the crevices if you want. And then when this gets too dirty, just rinse it in the sink till the water runs clear, squeeze it out, and you're good to go again. Don't store that in a sealed baggie or something because it'll get moldy. You just want to let it dry out in between uses. Now I'm going to go with Blushing Bride, another really pretty Stampin' Up color, which of course we have paper and all that for. And so there's that. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and clean this stamp and put it away. Although, before I do that, let me just show y'all real quick. Of course, you can always decorate your envelopes. I think I'll do a pink one on here. Just be careful with this thing, it's wet, so you don't want to touch it to your paper. Okay, so I'm going to put this away. And then I'm going to grab that other image, which is the more, to me, this one makes me think of like, I don't know what the right word is, but it's like, gosh, I don't know, 60s or something. Of course, whatever. Okay, so there's my envelope. This one's going to be in Memento Black. This is not a permanent black ink, which means it's not waterproof, which we don't need it to be right now. And there's my scrap. But if you needed permanent, we have that as well. But Memento is not a permanent black ink, which these aren't permanent inks either. Oh, so that's fine. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and clean it off here on the side on my chamois. When you clean them, if you ever want to test them to make sure you got all the ink off, you definitely can do that. And you can even rinse these under, the photopolymer ones, under the sink if you're having trouble getting them clean. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp the colors on these. So this stamp set comes with these pieces that you can stamp inside all these butterflies. It's awesome. And then I'm going to add the body parts and stuff as well. But these two I pulled out are the top wings, and the top ones are Blushing Bride. So you just get your little head over the image so you can see what you're doing. We also have a stamp positioning tool that can help you align these as well, but it's not, that is the bottom one. Let me clean it. They can help you align them as well. Okay, so that's the bottom of the body, so I'm going to do Pool Party. Clean that off. I think I cleaned this one already. So now I'm going to switch my stamps. So as you can see, you don't have to own all the clear blocks. You just keep switching them out. There's also a full butterfly if you don't want For the small one, if you don't want 2 colors, you can just do 1. Okay, so put these back. And I want to grab the other 2 images that I have not used yet. If I were aligning words or something where I needed it to be straight more so, I would be more careful as to my picking them up on the clear blocks here. Okay, so Pool Party for this one. And Blushing Bride for this one. So cute and easy, right? Easy. Now, all of these have the little body on there. What I have found for me, which actually, I'll leave that out, is this aligns with a punch, and I'm going to punch these out. So if I stamp the body first, it will be too high or too low for me, and it won't fit into the punched image. So I'm going to punch it first and then stamp those. So all you do, just make sure your paper is long enough either on the side or at the top to slip it in there. Of course, I could have a larger scrap as well. I align it, like I visually align it, and I squeeze enough that it won't slide around, and then I come over here with my other hand and I use 2 hands to squeeze. And there are your beautiful little butterfly images. So cute. Let's see if this side, yeah, that side's cleaner so you can see this better. So now I will use my, what's the word I'm looking for? I will add my little bodies to all of these. So I need to put this back. And there's 2 different size bodies, small and large. How y'all doing over here? Thank you, Marianne. Of course, I copied it. So there's the large one and there's the small one. I'm going to do one at a time in Memento Black. So I'll do large first. By the way, Memento is a completely different type of ink pad, and you can press more firmly. These are a foam, and the stamp will sink down into it and smush if you press hard. So I'm, again, going to get my head over the camera possibly, I don't know, so I can see, and add that body. And then let me do all these large ones here. Re-ink every time unless you're going for an effect where the color gets lighter and lighter. Okay. Then I'll clean that off. I cleaned it clear off the block. Came off. And then add the small one. So again, with the punched one. And it does not have to be perfect, by the way. None of this has to be perfect. I've been doing this for 18 years, so, and I still make a lot of mistakes, but anyway. Where'd I put that other butterfly? Here it is. Or she. Okay, so there's that. Now, they also have antenna. So let me grab the antenna stamp in my box. Right here. And I'll put these away real quick. Obviously, you don't have to clean up as you go, but I'm just doing that for video purposes. And also, I'll lose stuff over here when I'm making a video if I don't. Okay, I'll show you how I'm going to do the antenna for that one, but for these, it's, you know, obvious. I'm just trying to align the little point right down into that black part I stamped. Again, I may not be perfect with that every time. That's fine. If it's floating in the air, it's art. It's not real butterflies, so whatever. But certain images in our stamp sets are easier to align than others, and this is one of the sets that's really easy to align visually, so there's that. Okay, what's next? Oh, I still need the antenna. Sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and add my greeting now. It says, "Thank you so very much." And that's going to be in black. Of course, this stamp set has lots of greetings. You've been on my mind, a little note, The good things in life are better with you. Hello, beautiful. So this is a really good starting stamp set for new stampers because you can, I love the butterflies too, Tracy. You can make multiple types of cards with one investment. So not all of our sets are that way. Of course, a lot of us, that's what we want to buy, so we do. But this is a good investment for a new stamper. So I'm just laying those there to give myself an idea of where they're going to end up. By the way, one of the tips in stamping, stop, hold the phone. Do not glue stuff down until you're finished stamping, because I can still mess this up right now. And then I can flip my paper over and start over. But if I've glued that to here, number one, I can't stamp off the edges anymore. It's going to stamp onto this paper. And number two, I can't flip it over if I make a mistake, or if I make two mistakes, I can't get a new piece of paper because it's already attached. That's why I make these pieces separate and don't attach them until the end. Okay, so I want my greeting right about there. So pretty. Okay, that little guy. Okay, so I was looking at the sample, trying to think. So what I did is I placed these butterflies approximately where I wanted them. I inked up the antenna, and I figured out where they need to be, and then I just moved the butterflies out of the way and stamp it. And then once you do that, even if your hand wiggles a little bit and you end up a little bit off, you just position the butterfly so it matches. So hopefully that makes sense. So that's what I'm about to do. And we're going to use an awesome thing that Stampin' Up! Carries called Stampin' Dimensionals. They come in black and white and regular and mini. So that's pretty cool. Oh. I'm going to move my little foam mat out of the way just for assembly so you can see better. Dimensionals are here somewhere. Oh, and I have another sample to show you guys. I don't want to forget that. I know I have a ton of butterfly samples in my, like, the stamp room, but I could not find any, so I made one extra yesterday. So these are called Stampin' Dimensionals. They're 3D dots to give your projects lift, I guess. So I cut mine in half. Not everybody does that. You're going to see different things on these videos that all of our little tips and tricks, we all do different stuff. I cut them in half. You don't have to, but you just peel them off, stick them on, peel the backing off, and then they're sticky, and they're also raised up. And you can even just... You could use the bone folder, but you can just give these butterfly wings some curl there with your finger. And put them on. It's sticking to me. So, Butterfly Gala includes butterflies and the sentiments. Yes, thank you, Tracy. So Liz, everything I'm using right now is only from Butterfly Gala. And I specifically chose this stamp set that is not retiring. And what that means, if you're new to Stampin' Up!, is we have a new catalog coming out in June. So a lot of the stuff from our current catalog is what's called retiring. It's going away forever. But this stamp set and this punch are not. And Butterfly Gala comes with 4 different designs of butterflies. They're all a small and a large. And they all are on one stamp. So, I mean, there's 4 different stamps with 2 butterflies on it that fit with the punch. Then there's the antenna, the body parts that you can stamp to add the color, the solid ones, and the greetings. Okay, so now I'm ready to assemble. What I'm using today is called snail adhesive. It's a double-sided tape. You press and pull. And what I like to do for basic cards like this is a strip on all 4 sides. This is refillable, by the way. It is retiring, but we're coming out with a new adhesive in June. So all 4 sides, and then a little bit down the center. And then I hold it with 2 of my fingers on the back, so that when I'm positioning it to try to center it with that 1/8 inch border, it doesn't stick too much for me to keep repositioning it until it looks good to me. Then I press, and then I do the same exact thing to put it on the card base. Now when I have customers, you know, in like a class making cards, Stampin' Up! Carries some stamps that say made with love, handmade by, stuff like that, and we always stamp that on the back and sign our names with a marker. I'm not doing that today, but anyway, same thing here, same amount of adhesive. Hold the, or don't adhere it too much until it looks good to you. So there is the card for today. Hope you guys like it. I don't remember if I said this at the beginning, but I've been having trouble with Facebook Live, so my stuff is kind of squished. I don't know what the trouble is, like what the problem is, but it's a little bit, the sizing looks off. Anyway, so just know that it would be a normal size card. Here's just another very simple card that I made with the butterfly stamp set. On this one, I used a different design of butterfly stamped in Memento Black. I did the same color, Blushing Bride, for the top and bottom of the bodies. I added some rhinestones, so you can always step it up with embellishments. And it says also, thank you so very much. So that's what I have for you guys today. Thank you, Mary Beth. I don't think I saw any other questions. Hey, Kim. Hey, who did I say? Miss Dorothy. Hello. Anyway, so I don't think I missed any questions, but you can still post questions after the fact, and I or one of the other administrators will answer them for you. So definitely feel free to do that. And don't forget, if you comment on our videos each week, both of the videos, and some weeks we'll even have 3, and we're going to have special events as well. But anyway, if you comment on our videos, you're going to be entered to win a prize from us. So please participate that way. I hope you guys have a great day and a great week. I will actually, on video, it'll be like a month until I see you. We have so many presenters, but I'll be commenting and posting, and we're all here to answer your questions. Again, quick reminder, if you want any of these products, we have currently 2 catalogs that are going through the retiring process, and meaning there's a list from each one of things that are going away forever that you can't get again. So you're going to want to contact your demonstrator if you want to order any of this. Get a catalog. Of course, the new catalog comes out June 3rd, so you can just ask how you get that. Normally, every demonstrator does it different, but if you have purchased, you usually get it, and if not, you can definitely buy the catalog from us. And just contact your demonstrator, but tons of amazing stuff in all of these books that you probably are going to want to check out. And of course, they'll be on their online stores as well, all these products. So any questions, let us know. You guys have a great day. Actually, I'm gonna bring the camera back up just because it will be easier for me to finish the video that way. Susie, I'm glad you liked it. Thank you, Carol. Thanks, Yolanda and Evelyn. Adele, good to see you. Thank you. All right, y'all have a great day. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Bye.